Okay, so I want to talk a little about batteries and explain some things that I found incorrect over the net, and I will explain why. When trying to measure any battery capacity, for example this one that I bought from eBay, this is 9.6 volt 2800 milliamp hours. So if you want to do it correct, so this one, the IMAX B6, is pretty accurate, it is okay, and I've already tested its accuracy and it is okay, but it is not correct to let's say discharge the battery and then applying a charge with the B6 and checking what is the capacity that was delivered to the battery, because many reasons, and some of them is that part of the power, especially with the wires that came with the B6, it's not a good wire, so there is a lot of loss in the wires. Also sometimes the battery get hit, and this is a loss. This is not a real capacity that was delivered to the battery. So the correct way to measure the real capacity of the battery is first to fully charge it and just then use this instrument to discharge, and the discharging is much more accurate than the charging, because it will measure the actual capacity that was loaded from the battery while it was fully charged. I bought this now and I've left a positive feedback for the seller, but after looking at the battery I'm almost sure that the data is incorrect. I will explain why. I'm not sure, but we will do a test now. Because this battery, if you can see, is 2800 milliamps, and if measuring the number of cells, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 at this side, so 8 cells, 8 multiplied by 1.2 is exactly this voltage, and this is okay. But this size of capacity, I am doubt if it can hold charge of 2800 milliamp hour, because this is not reasonable to me after many years at working with batteries. The size is too small. So let's do the test as I've explained. First charging the battery to full capacity, and just later doing the discharge. Since I don't have exactly the connector, I will have to cut the wires and do it manually, because I don't have this kind of connector. Okay, so let's discover the wire and do the test. While I'm doing it, my wires are good wires that can deliver up to 20 amps current flow, and the loss should be minimal with these wires that I'm using. So let's first do the charge. So I've set it to charge at 1 amp. Later we'll do the discharge. By the way, after measuring, the battery came fully charged. So now it is testing. Input voltage error. Input voltage error. Why is that? the input voltage, not the output voltage, I guess. Let's go. Let's go. To user program. Safety capacity. Input low cutoff. Huh, why is that? I have no idea. Let's try to do a discharge to see if the problem is the input voltage. So I will use discharge. Yes, the discharge is working. So now let's measure the real capacity of this battery. Later I will try again to fully charge it and then discharge it as it should be. You can see that the charging is up in the current with the current that we have saved. Okay, so let's see. Since this is a long discharge, I will put back cam when it will be fully discharged. So closing now the cam. So I was right. The capacity is 171 milliamp instead of 2300. Pretty amazed how I fell into this one. I hope the seller will refund my money back because I bought two batteries and they are the same. I charge it fully charged and then after this charging I got this capacity. That's what I have. So thank you and bye.